That's fine. So that's going recorded live now. Okay, so let's come back. We select that. You click attempt quiz. Then it's going to display the question. So we start one after the other. There are some that you may not be able to do immediately. So for instance, this question number 1 is not easy to do what we want to do, but let's do the one we can do first. So let's say I select question number 2, for instance. So what do I do? Come back to section 1 test 2, and this is under section A. Sorry, I actually want to show you that. Let me do that again. You notice that you have section A, which are all this.
Yes.
Right. Then you have the section B, which is at the bottom here. Then you have the section C, which is on the right-hand side, okay? So starting with section A, I'll go under section 1, test 2. Then you have section A here. So the first thing you want to do is to add the quiz. We call them the quiz. Add the quiz onto this page before you now add questions. How do you add the quiz? You will notice that once you log in, you have this turn editing on, right? You need to turn it on before you can add anything onto this page. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I click turn editing on, then you scroll down, you now have add an activity or resource. Okay, add an activity or resource. So you click on that one. It's going to bring up this window of various activities that you can add, right? So what the one you want to add is, there are several assignment, charts, choice, but the one we need now is the quiz. Select on that, then you now click add. Are you happy so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so we click on add. So the first thing you want to do is to give the quiz name. The quiz name. Now we are under section 1, test 2, and it is the question 2 of section A that we want to do. So you're going to give it this naming convention by saying sec 1 space tests 2, then A, then QC. Are you with me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
In section 1, test 2. I mean, I need all this information because by the time I'm looking at the report to see what the student has done, it helps me to know, okay, this is what they have done, this is what they haven't done. So you follow the same format, section 1, which is this place, test 2, which is this very one. Then this is the section A inside the file itself. There are 3 sections. Then the question 2. Happy so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's it. There are 2 settings you need to do here. This is the first one. The second one, you scroll down to question behavior. After putting the name, scroll down to question behavior. Select on that. Then you now want to select this one that says, how should question behave? You want to select immediate feedback. Immediate feedback. The reason being, there could be 10 or 20 or more questions. And I want the students to have immediate feedback when they attempt a question. Did they mark it for them as correct or incorrect so that they would know what. So if you leave it to any other thing, adaptive, the system will not tell them until they complete the entire 10 or 20 questions, which is not very good for the students. So immediate feedback, and you scroll down to click save and display. So only 2 settings when you create the quiz. Okay, the name and also the question behavior. After then, save and display. You have any questions so far?
Not really. So get them to do a question. If they get it wrong, use
Yes,
this editing thing to generate the questions of the same style but different
yes,
numbers.
yes, 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 yes. Okay,
Okay.
cool. So when you click save and display, it's going to come here that you have section 1 test 2, AQ2, tells you that you have created the quiz, but no question has been added yet. So it's like students want to take an exam. You give them the exam paper, but there must be question inside the exam paper. Do you get that?
Yes, sir.
So what we have done is to create the exam paper or the quiz. So we now need to add question inside the exam paper itself. So how do we do that? You scroll down. Let me bring this back. You have this administration on the right-hand side, likewise navigation as well. Right, so we'll come under administration. You have the one that says question bank. You click on that, you see questions. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, click on questions. Then now you want to create questions under the quiz you have created. So under select a category, you must change this to default for section 1, test 2, AQ2. So that the questions you are creating will be saved under that category. If not, you may be looking here and there for your questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so far?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, after then, what do? You scroll down, you have create a new question. Click on that. It's going to bring up another window. Now, there are under Moodle, which is the system I'm using, they have different type of questions you can create. You can create a multiple choice question, which is this first one. We can just select this is what they need, and the system will mark it automatically. It can be true or false, matching, short answer, numerical. There are quite a lot of them, essay or algebra and so on and so forth. But the one we're going to start using, this one that is called formulas. Okay. So formulas is the question type which help you to set up a question such that it can be dynamic. The question, the number will be changing. The same question, but the numbers that is made out will be different. Do you understand?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So after you solve formulas, we can also have freehand drawing, Garfield, GeoGebra, and so on and so forth. You possibly know something about GeoGebra. Then there is a math software.
Are these for graphs?
Yeah, random, regular expression, stack, and so on and so forth. But what we are using now is formulas, right? There are others that you may be using later, something like the embedded close and also the essay, but let's start with this one first. So once you click formulas, click on add. Okay. Now, you ensure this will be selected automatically default for the category. Then the question name is, I'll just say Q1, meaning question 1. Okay. Now, the question that we want to create such that is going to be generating different questions is, let me try and get my pen to write something on the board. Oh, okay, you got it. Okay, so that question says from what that's is it 27 plus was it 27 plus
6.
plus 6, okay, equals 20 plus a missing number. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So this is the question, and this is what I'm going to use to now define the type of question that's going to be generating. I'll be asking the students. Where do I do that? I come under this place that says variables. Okay, variables in normal algebra is they could be different. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you look at here, I can call these. There are about 3 sets of what numbers I have here. So I can say this is my variable A, variable B, variable C. Do you understand? Then I have my answer finally. Okay. So if I say here, under the random variable, you say you have that, let's say A, which is variable A, equals, you open the curly bracket, you now give the range of the set of numbers that should be selected for this 27. Now,
Okay.
let me pick it from something, or maybe between, I just say maybe from 15 to, let's say, 30.
Okay.
Right? So each time question is being generated, the system will pick any number between 15 up to 29. I will not pick this last one, right? And in fact, why not make it 40 to give a wide range, right? And if I like, the system will be picking this. It can pick 15, it can pick 19, it can pick 25, but I can specify that I want it to be one step at hand. So I'll just say another full colon 1. So it could be 16, 17, 18. It will go in that step. Do you get that?
Yes.
If I change this to 2, it will go up in steps of 2. So it could be 15. Is never going to pick 16 because the next one after this is going to give you 17, then 19, then 21. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Because I specify that indirectly, I want an odd number starting from 15. If I want even number, do you get it? So, right. So, but let me leave this out. That I'll just close that. So I've declared my variable A. Now let me go to variable B, which is 6. But I need to use semicolon to separate between various variables I'm declaring. I hope you are with me so far.
So,
Okay, so I say my B equals the same way, open curly brackets. My B is 6. So I want a number maybe from 2, full colon, highest number 11. So it's going to start by 12. Okay.
okay.
Then I've declared variable A, I've declared variable B. I put my semicolon again if I want to declare another variable. But you will notice that the variable C here, if I call this C, let me call this A, B, C, and this is D. You will notice that variable C is actually the addition of A and B, then take away this D.
Yeah.
Right? So I will not do my variable C, calling it another thing, because if I do that, it may go outside the range of addition of A and B, which is going to result into negative answer.
Oh,
So I will simply come here and say, therefore, that my variable C, right, equals A plus B, right? There are different ways you can do this. A plus B, then I now need to take away something, right? So I can say take away. Now, what if, let's say, for instance, I take the highest number here, which is 40, and the highest number here is 64. So can I do something here? This is 20. Okay, whatever if I say,
Doesn't it just have to be less than A?
thank you, it must be less than A. It must be less than A. Fantastic. So, and to do that, I can actually therefore declare another variable D, which I say is equals, actually, we can we say A minus B, or just pick any number, but that number must be less than A, right? So I can say actually D equals, okay, let me declare D as number from 3 to, let's say 15, right? So I now say my C equals A plus B minus D. Have I lost it?
No, I got that.
Okay. And if you like, you can use brackets just to make it very, you don't really need to, but it makes it, you understand it better. I mean, this is one way. You don't have to use this way. If you like, you can say, maybe if you have selected for, let's say we move this to be 12, for instance, and I say all of them must be an even number, by say it should go in steps of 2, I can declare my D to say A divided by 2. You can use many ways. There's no any, you can just make sure that it doesn't give you a negative. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, but let me leave it as the way it was before, 15. So clearly, if this A is 15 and B is 2, that gives us 17. Then
Yeah.
the number picked here clearly is less than 17. If it picks 14, for instance, so that means C is going to give us 3. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I got that.
So now, so my, okay, so that's sorted. So I've declared my A, B, C, and D. Now, under this first section here, that's a question tests, I just normally like to put something like, say, question type, or just say balancing both sides. I just look for a description to give to the type of question. Do you understand? It's a must that you have to put something there. Then scroll down. Under this part 1, this is where we now type the question that we appear to the students, making use of these variables. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, normally I first start by the pass mark. The default score for this question is 1. You can make it 2, but I normally leave it as 1. Then what type of answer is a question, is this computer expecting, is a number. You can have number, numerical formula, or algebraic formula, but under is just a normal number, right? Now the answer here is by default D, because that's what we want to find. So I just put D here. You get it?
Yeah.
If, let's say, you are adding numbers together, you can as well define your answer by, say, ANS equals maybe A plus B. Whatever you declare here, right? You just say what you want to be at the answer. You put that letter or the term, the variable in here. So this is what the system will compare to the answer that the computer will compare to the answer the student type into the question. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. By the time I finish, you understand it better. It looks a bit confusing for now. So let me take this off. I don't really need this. So I've done that. Now, if my numbers has to do with anything with decimal numbers, you can just make this 000, then select that. The reason being, at times, there may be a difference of 0.000001 from what the system calculated. So if the student put in the answer, the system will take that difference and go to mark it on where it is correct. But if you put this, it tell the system to approximate everything to the nearest whole number. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So under the part text, that is where I'm going to insert the question that the student will see. So I will now say, what is A plus B equals C plus, and I put in here something that I do not know. Right? So I use the curly bracket whenever I want to refer to the variable I declared here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I do this everything I need to do. One more step, but let me show you how it's going to come. So if I now say save changes and continue. Now, if you have declared everything correctly here, there's no mistake anywhere. By the time you click save changes and continue editing, you are going to see something coming up here that allow you to review or preview what you have done. So if I do that, there's no mistake anywhere. You should pick everything. If there's a mistake, it's going to spot it out in red that there's an error I need to correct. So there's nothing wrong. I have the preview button and I click on preview. I need to show you that so that you see it like that. So this is my preview page and this is how the question looks like. What is 22 plus 10 equals 28 plus something missing? If I click, say, start again, it's going to change these numbers. You see that?
Yeah.
Right. So that is the beauty of using the formula. It allows you to do like a computer program that change what the figure, so that if the student cannot memorize the answer, they just need to know this is the logic I need to apply for this type of question. Are you happy with it? Okay. So, and if I put my answer here, adding these two together is 34. Take away this from here, that should give me 5, right? So if I click check, it's a mark for me that is correct. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I start again, supposing I put an incorrect answer like 1, it's going to tell me that it is incorrect and give the possible answer. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the area I now want you to come in is you want to write like a few logical steps that students just know that this is wrong, this is the answer, but how do I arrive at that C? This way you now write something, so it's very small logical steps. So this is do this, do this, do this, to now explain to the student. Do you understand?
Also, do 15 plus 7 is 22. Then do
Thank
22
you.
minus.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Let me show you how to do that. Let me close this. I go back to my question page. So here we are. You're all happy so far with all these, right?
This is right.
Okay, so I'll put this down. Now there's one more thing I need to do here. Now, you see, when I said the preview, the answer box shows at the bottom of the line, but it doesn't really look very neat. I prefer to show in front. So to do that, just give a gap here, open curly bracket, underscore 0, close the curly bracket. So if I preview again now, right, you will see that my answer box is actually showing in front of the question, not underneath like the previous one. You can see it here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So initially it was showing here, but now you can see in front. So I can achieve this by specifying this is where I want my answer to show by using that curly bracket underscore 0, then close the curly brackets. Once you do this, it's saying, let the answer appear at this very place. And you might have a situation that you need more than one answer in a question. You can come here and say another one, open curly bracket, underscore 1, close it. So it's going to create another answer box. So you can create as many answer boxes as you want, okay?
You can even use it to put it in the gap of the question mark as well, right?
Say that again.
Could you put it like, so you know how you put set up the question A plus
Yeah,
C?
absolutely, you're quite right. So, and actually, yep, that's a better idea. I can actually do it like this. So if I click on save, then I preview. Absolutely. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Well done. Right. So now let's come now to how do we show the correction. So I'll come here under this show more. Show more. Right. You can see my screen, right?
Actually, turn off the screen share.
Okay. So you can see it now. So let me go back to show less, then you can have show more, right? So this is what we've done. Then you come down, down, down. Under this, for any incorrect response, this is where you will type the correction, the steps to get the something okay. All right?
Yeah.
So how do I do that? Just click solutions or type solutions. If you like, you can bold it. Yeah, David.
Yes, sir.
No. My wife is greeting you.
Oh.
David. David Akinfemiwa. Huh? David Akinfemiwa. David's brother.
Oh, how are you, David?
I'm fine, thank you, man. How are you?
Thank you. High school?
School is good.
Good. I hope they're taking it easy on you. Or you're taking it easy on yourself.
No, it's actually, he got admission, but he's waiting he's defied for 1 year, or he has to wait for 1 year.
Oh, okay.
He got Imperial College London. It was a very, very brilliant school.
Oh, that's good. Oh, so you have to wait 1 year?
Yes, I have to wait until next September.
Oh, so what will you be doing within that period of time?
Well, probably just like getting a job, working, and then probably on the sideline brushing up my math skills where I can as well.
Okay, all right then. Okay. So make good use of the time. How is mommy and Debbie?
Oh, they're good.
Good. All right then. Have a lovely day.
You too, man.
Bye. Listen to I've been trying to call you.
I tried to call you back. Right. So solution. So you want to say step 1, right? You can say add A plus B. Whenever you want to refer to the variables, just use the curly brackets, put them inside curly bracket. It's going to display any number that was selected. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So, and add this, you can actually say this is equal to, if I add this to, no matter what the value of A and B selected, open curly bracket, you can actually make the curly bracket to also perform the calculation in here. So it's not only within the global variable that you can do that. So say equals A plus B. So the system will display, let's say A is 5, B is 3. It say add 3 plus 5. It will now give 3 plus 5, which is 8. That's what it's going to display here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Then step 2, you now say subtract. Because C will be displayed, isn't it? So subtract C from this very one, because that's what it's now be showing. Okay, and that's also going to give you, if you do the same thing, minus C, and that's all what we need. So if you like, just to make it a bit nice, and you can bold this, then you can bold this as well. You don't need to do all this, but just to make it look a bit well readable for the students. So if we save now and preview, right? So this one is given us. Adding these two together, that's 36. Take away 29, that's going to give you 7. That's correct. Okay. So if I start again and I say this, let's say I put 1 and I say check, it's going to tell me it is incorrect, and I'll display the solution. Step 1, add this and this together to give you 45. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
then subtract this from this to give me 11, and the answer is 11. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So this helps the student to say, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is very few step solution on how to get it. All right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So I think that's about everything. Now, because you have different type, once you've done that, you now, okay, let me actually. So we've checked the variables, everything is fine. We've set this one, that's fine. We preview, everything is fine. So the last thing you want to do is just click Save Changes. Then, so that is just one question saved in here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, because under each question, I want 10 questions. And because the questions will be selected randomly, there is no single question that is going to give you the same numbers. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So all what I want to do is now to duplicate this, right? To have 10 of them, such that I will now link it back to the quiz. Then students will now have 10 questions under that quiz. So how do you duplicate? You have various buttons here. You have the settings, the edits. If I need to change anything, you have the duplicate. I want more of this. I can view. I don't know if you can see from here what I'm doing with my mouse.
Yes.
Okay, then you can delete, but be very careful with this. More easily you can't get it back. So to duplicate, I click on this. Then it's going to give me Q1. Then I will just take away this copy, put 2 there. Every other thing is fine. I just click on Save Changes. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I have 2 questions now. I'll go on again, duplicate, and make this 3. Now, depending on the system you are using, I think some browsers allow you to do something very fast, like my own Safari, because I'm using Mac. It allows me to, instead of doing one after the other, if I scroll down, I just click Save Changes and continue. This, I click about 4 or 5 times. It's going to duplicate, give me everything, about 10 of them. Do you understand?
Oh.
Yeah, doing it, but your browser may do the same thing, but try and check it. So see what I'm going to do. I'll just say Save Changes, save, 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 save. I do 3 or 4 times. Then the final one is giving me 12 questions. I don't need, I just take away 2. And that's it. I have 10 questions here already. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter the number I call is here. So if you check any two questions, it will not give you the same numbers, all going to be different. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next, what I want to do is now link these 10 questions I've created back to the original quiz of section 1, test 2, AQ2. How do I do that? Click on this. It will take you back to this original place that no question added yet. You now click on Edit Quiz. Okay.
Sir.
Edit Quiz is going to bring you to this page. You now see where to add questions. Add questions. Can you see my mouse?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so click on the drop-down button. You want to add questions from question bank, right? You can add a new question that allows you to, takes a longer time. Random, we can do that, but we want to pick all the questions from the question bank. So question bank, then you now change the category where you picked it from. This is the one you want. That's what we just created. Section 1, test 2, AQ2.
Okay.
Then you now select this top box to select all the questions. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Then you now add selected questions to the quiz. Click on that. It's going to bring you here. Now, these are the default mark for 111 marks for each of them. If any question that is answered correctly, then it shows the total here is 10, and this maximum is 10. That is fine. If this is 20, changes to 20. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't really need to shuffle. Shuffle means he was not going to ask this question in order. I don't have to, but if I do, that's fine. But it doesn't really matter because the questions will be changing the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
But there are times, maybe I give you GCSE biology question, and the questions have to follow because in page 2, they may be referred to page 1. So don't shuffle. If not, it's going to get confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but in this case, we can use shuffle. It doesn't matter, we can leave it. But there are times, I want to just use it. So once you've done that, just click on save. Right. And that's done. So if I now go back to my section 1, test 2, right? This is a question I've created is when you create it comes at the bottom. So you can click this cross icon, drag it up. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so drag it up. Drag it up, oops. Drag it up here. Okay, so we have it here, section 1, test 2, AQ2. I believe it's something similar I've done here, but let me hide this or take it off so that it doesn't confuse. So the next one we'll be doing, give you section 1, test 2, AQ3. Are you with me? This is question 7 is being done, question 8 is being done. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I click on this now, the same thing, attempt quiz now, then you can see display all my 10 questions. You get it?
Oh, yes, sir.
Right, okay. And so if you open on your own page, it's going to give you the same thing as well. So this is the starting point. From here, you can move on to different type of questions. There are clearly some of them that you will be able to do straight away. There are some of them that involves a bit more technical abilities. I will show you everything as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any questions so far?
Not really. So basically what I just need to generate 10 questions for each of these sections.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Do you want to try one now, or you think I'll get you some time I'll send the YouTube link to you now. I think I can stop it now, isn't it?
Mm.
Over there.